Well, hello everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight. My name is Paula Snow Keogh, and I am a Senior Vice President in Partner Co., and I live in Newfoundland. We're so excited to have you tonight on Ricia Adair's Opportunity Call, and I'm going to introduce her now. Ricia has been in the industry for 25 years. She's the former owner of a marketing training company, former film producer, focused on training series for network marketers. And now she's number 45 in the world with our company. She's number 25 in North America, and she has climbed 13 ranks in 7 months and has achieved number 3 in Canada in only 8 months. She is now the rank of president and works with teams in 12 countries. Welcome to this call, and thank you, Ricia, for presenting this tonight for us.
Paula, thank you. What a great introduction. We got people from coast to coast, literally, right? From the cold East Coast to the hot West Coast, and our American cousins all the way down south to the border. So I'm really excited to share the call tonight. We have some amazing guests. Let me just share a screen and get the slides ready to go. I don't want to take up too much time in telling you a bunch of fluff. Oh, wrong slide. Ignore that slide for a minute. We've got to get my PowerPoint here. And if you could mute the lines, please, I would appreciate that, please, Paula.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. All right. So let's just try my technology one more time. Does anyone feel that sometimes they just have this technology overdose? Yes. I've made up a word.
Okay, I'm going to mute.
Technoitis. That's what I call it. Technoitis. It's too much.
Can't hear you, Ricia. Unmute.
Thank you, Dale.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Oh, I think might have happened. All the lines got muted, and then I got
All of them, yes. So start again, please, Ricia.
All right, absolutely. Let's go to the slide share. And can you see my slides?
Yes.
Good. Okay, everybody. Hi, I'm Ricia Adair. I'm a Canadian. I live in beautiful Manzanillo, Mexico. My husband and I found our dream home. We moved here. It's a little mini resort, actually. We've got 3 villas, 2 of which are vacation villas. And we thought, wow, this is it. We're living the dream. But you know what? After a house sitting 5 months vacant in the tropics, when we moved in on October 17th, 2023, there were so many wonderful surprises waiting for us. It's called The Pool is Full of Algae because the pump broke down. It's called Garage Door. We can't get the truck in the garage because the garage door is broken. It's called Salitre, which is a disease that eats away at the concrete. It was just like, it was quite the show, actually. And we thought, okay, we've got to get everything hurried up and get things rolling because the guests were arriving in a short 6 weeks. So we went through our little nest egg, and I think many of you that own homes can totally appreciate this, the contractors that do you wrong. In our case, it was a lawyer that stole $23,000 of our closing costs that we had to repay again so we could get the actual title to our property. And no matter how many times I walked that beautiful beach and came up and down the hill, walked the stairs, I resorted when I came back. I had this thought, well, I did some exercise today. I can eat my chocolate cake. I can have my ice cream. And I just became an addicted person to sugar. I had to have my sugar. Often I had dessert twice a day. I was totally into carbs and gooey cheeses, and I got to be in a really bad way. I ended up with shingles all across my belly and my back because of this anxiety that I was going through. I had a UTI for 4 months, a couple of dog bites that got infected. I was a mess. I was a total mess. So I went to see Dr. Tom, and he did a lot of research for me. And he says, Ricia, I have found your diagnosis without doubt. You have FFB. And I said, Dr. Tom, whatever could that be? He said, Ricia, you have frumpy and broke syndrome. That's what you are. And I thought, oh my God, until that magic day came, April 17th, 2024, that changed my life. Chris and Joni Budd, friends of mine, they are in Costa Rica. They were looking for something and they saw several postings on different people's Facebook pages, the same kind of post that indicated to them, there's something here. There's a system and there's some amazing products. So they researched, and it was only about 2 weeks later that they called me and said, you need to know about this. I personally think that Joni saw one of my fat pictures on Facebook, but she said, Ricia, you need to know about these drops. And as I heard about the magic of the drops, my first thought was, I can't afford it. I mean, we were so broke, guys. We had $60. We were so broke. And I thought, here we are living the dream, right? And we couldn't afford to be in the dream. And then I thought to myself, I've got to find a way to make it work. So I found enough money to buy 2 boxes. And that was the day that changed my life. Joni said, follow the same system, Ricia. There's thousands of people that have experienced amazing results from these hormonal body balancing drops. Just follow my lead, post on Facebook. So the first day I posted, and there was a picture of Kim Gray. She had lost 116 pounds, and I got 19 results or 19 comments. That afternoon, I posted Michelle, who had lost about 25 pounds. I got 7 comments. And then the courier came to my door. I held up my box, holding the bottles. Mike took my picture, and I posted something silly. Yay, my skinny drops just arrived. 59 comments on the first day that I posted, of which 20 reacted in new customers, 6 of which joined my team as brand partners. So now I realized I have got something here that is not only going to help me get well and healthy and lose all this extra weight I'm carrying around, but perhaps something that can get me out of the broke syndrome, right? Now, put 1 in the chat if having an extra $500 a month could really help you. Right? Let's all see the ones in the chat if an extra $500 a month could help you. And all of us brand partners know that that 500 can go very, very quickly into 1,000, etc. But even $500 a month, I think for the majority of families would make a huge difference. And we're talking about here some products that are really going to not only help you with your health, but your loved ones. We need to share these drops all over the world because the miracle stories just keep coming in one by one. Now that I realize I actually have a vehicle that I can set some goals, I sat down and wrote my 1-year goals. I've always been a goal setter. Here's my 1-year goals. And the following goals all got achieved far sooner than a year, in 7 months. We were able to replace all the fridges in every villa. I was able to hire a maid, Sarah. I love her to bits. We now have a pool guy and a gardener. And this is a really big property. It was so difficult for me to try and maintain it on my own. I said to my husband, I need to put some color on these walls. He said, honey, I like white. I said, not in this marriage, honey. We're going for color. We live in Mexico. So I brought in the paint crews, splashed it with color, was able to replace all the Echo new air conditioner systems in every single villa, in every single room. And then we got Mike a new motorcycle. He was so happy about that. I just asked him today. He says, honey, I just love it. I love it. I love it so much. And down on the pool deck, we actually had a cause of failure with our pergola that was starting to rot and crash down. So it was mandatory that this got fixed. It was a 2-year goal, a very expensive one. It was about a $5,000 project. And we were also able to begin construction with that in November. And along came an earthquake on December 24th that caused our pool to fail. And again, too, remember, this is our business, right? That's why we bought such a big house, is to be able to enjoy that extra income coming in from the vacation villas. When that pool failed and we have a whole bunch of people checking in on January 2nd, I just felt so, you couldn't imagine how bad I felt on that Christmas Eve. Thank you to Partner Co. We were able to expedite the repair, enhance the pool, putting some lights in it, which we always wanted, and celebrate opening the new pool January 14th. So first of all, I'm not saying this to impress you, but more to impress upon you that none of this could have happened if we hadn't had Partner Co. in our back pocket to help us with all these very expensive earthquakes. Again, this is our business. How many of you have a business or renovations around the house, some mandatory things like the hot water tank, whatever it may be, that has to get done, and you've got to find that Plan B money from somewhere? That's what we can offer you today, plus some amazing help. How about a vacation? We got Tami coming up, and that's where I met Tami when we were partying around the pool in Punta Cana, beautiful Dominican Republic. Pinch Me, is this real? At the end of December, the company sent me an email and congratulated me. Ricia, you are qualified for this beautiful 5-star diamond vacation. There was 178 of us in Punta Cana, and half of them, I'm sure, were brand new in their first year with this company. Can you imagine making really good money and getting this 5-star diamond vacation all paid for? This is the kind of company we're talking about. Now let's go to the health basics here. At the very top, again, I don't know why I was smiling because I was really sick, but I was brave enough to put spandex on for you. And you could see in 13 days the difference that happened in my body. 13 days. Let's fast forward to 90 days on the drops. The lady on the left was inflamed, size 18, little mobility, bad knees, bad back, arthritis, you name it. The lady on the right, only 3 months later after being on the drops, went to a size 9. And I celebrate, I don't have a single pain in my body. No more owie, ouchie in my fingers and toes, in my lower back. I am so healthy, I feel like I'm 30 years old again. So we're talking about products here that you will feel the difference. I owe it to these guys, Darren and John, the best guys in the world. Collectively, they bought 5 amazing companies that were pre-owned by a corporation making some bad decisions. Along came COVID and the things started to smell real bad. Darren and John jumped in and saved these companies. And together we are called Partner Co. because we're just simply better together. Let's look at what's happening. This is a 21st century problem, something our grandparents didn't know about. There's systematic poisoning in the foods that we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe, and what we put on our skin. And let's add to this the addition of sugar in all the food products and the fact that most of what we eat today is not even food anymore, but food-like products. And what happens, this is all contributing to your hormone imbalance, your leptin, insulin, ghrelin, and cortisol. They're just a few of the hormones that influence your appetite, metabolism, and body fat distribution. People who are obese have hormone levels that accumulate, that encourage the accumulation of body fat. So we're going to talk to you today about getting your body back into balance. Wow, I had these symptoms and I thought it was just part of getting old and fat. Mood swings, low libido, no, Mike, I'm not interested. Headaches, night sweats, food cravings, always sugar and carbs, hot flashes, acne, insomnia, afternoon tiredness and fatigue, and weight gain. I had no idea that these symptoms were related to the fact that my body was out of balance. And we all are. We're all running around with the circus going on inside us. We need to get back into shape. I have never in my life encountered such products that have such a terrific effect on your body. We have well over 100 products. We're going to share some of them with you tonight. Our scientific team is the best, I'm going to say, in the world. Dr. Ray Strand is known worldwide, especially for his many, many books he's written on wellness. Dr. Joshua Plant, our Chief Science Officer, graduated out of Harvard with a master's in 3 years with honors, never done before. Dr. Pena, bottom right, he's actually from Mexico City, in my neck of the woods, and he is one of the world's leading gastrointestinal doctors, and he actually created our probiotic solution. Brett West, world's leader in noni research and development. We have Dr. Kristen White. Together, this scientific team, along with several others, oversee 1,040 annual quality tests, many published clinical studies. We just simply have the best of the best. I got excited when Joni told me that I can do a business in 50 plus countries from my little office in Manzanillo. And thank goodness I paid my Wi-Fi bill that month, because now I could open up to the world and let them know about these amazing products. You as well. We're going to teach you our system of growth. It's very simple. Imagine that you post on Facebook and your girlfriend in Italy wonders, can I get these drops? Of course. We teach you how to send her a link to Italy. The European office fulfills the order. Next Friday, you get paid. It's completely transparent. No international business numbers, tax licenses, anything like that. You have a global market of over 50 plus markets. So here we are, some of the products I'd like to highlight for you. And every product that we have, you feel it, you know it, there's a difference. We purchased Skincerity. This product has been around for 20 years, created by a team of dermatologists. It's a roll-on breathable skincare mask, to my knowledge, the only one of its kind in the world. and it performs miracles. Now, I can't say that we cure or heal anything, but I'm going to say it's very coincidental when you use our products that magic starts to happen. Marlene here donated the pictures of her legs. She was suffering from eczema, having a lot of trouble. After just 2-3 weeks of rolling on, she was able to manage her situation. Adult acne, ladies with stretch marks, or after you lose weight, men have stretch marks too. Signs of aging. How about looking younger again? Rosacea, which is extremely, extremely painful. The surgery scars and old battle wounds. Miracle after miracle with this product. I absolutely love it. Everyone needs to have one in their medicine chest and in their beauty chest. Now, noni is definitely one of my favorites. It's almost impossible to take a noni fruit off the tree and eat it because it smells bad and it tastes real bad too. So it's an amazing scientific team to put together this along with other fabulous oxidant superfoods to make it palatable and very good for you. The best noni in the world does come from the French Polynesian Islands in Tahiti because of the volcanic soil, and it does everything. This is the product that I call your army of soldiers that completely protects you from all those nasty things out there for overall health and wellness, your immunity system, your joint health, be able to go up and down the stairs easily. I've got guests right now that are going up and down my stairs. And I'm going, you need my product, sir. So this is all about getting well. We've got one kick at the cat, kids. So why not be healthy and be mobile and be able to enjoy life? Noni and collagen, another one of my favorites. Of course, we all need collagen to have that youthful skin. And it also works from the inside out to be youthful on the inside. Our NutriFeed vitamin line, created by doctors, backed by so much science, is, in my opinion, the best. And how can I tell you that? Because I feel it. I just feel it. I feel this amazing energy. I feel brain clarity. I don't feel any owies in my fingers and toes. I feel like I sleep a solid 8 hours through the night. I feel like I digest and waste eliminate very, very well. I feel these things, as you will too, as you notice, as you use our products. The probiotics created by Dr. Pina is a slow releasing capsule. There's 15 strains of pre and probiotics and billions of them inside that patented bottle that will actually allow the product to be protected in high heat conditions so you can travel with it. Omega Q, the best for your heart and your brain. Amplify, or well, that's Amplify in Mexico, Rejuvenates back in the US and Canada, and that is for your energy as well as your heart. Optimal M's are for everything. They are our pair of Optimal M for minerals, Optimal V for vitamins, and they look after your eyes, your lungs, your bones, your blood, your muscles. It's everything. It's the best multi I've ever seen in a combination. Vinali, our best-selling product out of France and China. It was created for the loose skin after you lose all the weight with our drops. Well, what is found with the grapeseed extract coming from an organic mountain in Italy, and also too with a high content of vitamin C, people are noticing that it's great for their lung health. So anybody with lung issues seem to be taking the Vinali and getting better, me included, lung surgery, and I'm able to go up and down the hills around here without effort, or without suffering, I should say. Also too, the Vinali is very good. People are telling me they no longer suffer from allergy symptoms as well. Recently said to me in the very beginning, Ricia, because of that owies that you're experiencing in fingers and toes, you need to get onto the MOA. So on my second paycheck, in my second week, I got on the MOA, and this is what it does for you. It is loaded in 36 superfoods that came from exotic destinations. And all these different ingredients come together. There's huge science behind this product that is going to reduce pain and inflammation. It's amazing. When I have people on my calls, MOA is always right at the top of the top favorites. This lady had an ankle operation that went south on her. In just a few days of using the MOA product, her feet got back to being pretty feet again. Now, we went to an Italian restaurant the other night, so I cheated a little bit, but it was kind of fun. I brought along my Sugar Stop. The Sugar Stop is a product that's intended to block the sugars from white sugar as well as carbohydrates that turn into sugar into your blood. It blocks a good percentage of them from getting into your bloodstream. When we talk to you about the drops, we invite you to participate in a low glycemic diet so you don't have the the sugar spiking all the time, which is very unhealthy for you and your insulin, your heart, and all those other things. So the Sugar Stop is a powder. It tastes like mango. I love it. Put in your glass of water before you go to Uncle Harry's birthday party, and you can enjoy a piece of cake. Advantage. Oh my God, I love this one too. Advantage is specific because of the visceral fat is now being called the killer fat. So many people have that accumulated killer fat around their waist and hips. It increases metabolism, burns calories, and this product will help you 10 times more get leaner faster. Reduces that stubborn visceral fat, so it's going to slim your waist and hips, activates fat burning cells in your brown adipose tissue, and helps weight regain. So this combined with the drops and a product we call Renew are the three that I highly recommend for you if you are interested in losing some weight. Slenderies is my breakfast. Pure Nourish, 18 grams of vegetable protein filled with minerals and vitamins as well as probiotic, prebiotic. It's a vegetable protein, pea protein. There's no whey or soy in this product, and there's no bad filler ingredients. And that's one thing I want to tell you, Partner Co is very, very careful about offering you products that are clean ingredients. The Pure Nourish has so much nutrition that if all the food of the world should disappear tomorrow, you will have, along with clean water, nutrition to last you forever. I like the taste of chocolate. We have a product in the US called Power Boost. Here in Mexico, it's called Cocoa. I love to put it in with the Pure Nourish. I also like it for my coffee, make a cafe mocha. Giving Greens, all your efficacious greens. That's your green drink. It tastes amazing. It also includes acai berry and cinnamon to give it a great flavor. Or you can add it to your salad, your stir fry, and all that nutrition. Now, this is definitely everyone's favorite product next to the drops. It's our Fountain of Youth in a box. It has 2 international patents pending, and it helps combat the natural aging process to promote youth and vitality. This product is designed and formulated to teach your body to create its own hormone, its own human growth hormone, HGH. And we all know that we have a rising HGH as we reach that age of 30 to do family production, and then it starts to decline. This product is going to help you with HGH, which means you're going to have younger looking youthful skin and hair. You'll also have improved mood and energy, improved cell regeneration. And along with the drops, it reduces cortisol production, so it helps reduce fat, body fat, increases lean muscle, increases libido, stamina and pleasure, and promotes that deep restorative sleep. Who would love to have a great night's sleep? Put 2 in the chat, please. I'd love to see the 2s. Better sleep tonight means greater decisions tomorrow. Now, let's get serious, folks. We got some numbers that we need to visit here. Canada and the US and Mexico in the world are the top 3 in overweight and obese population in the world. Contribute that to packaged foods, processed foods, fast foods. They've programmed us that we want fast, fast, fast. When I was a little girl, going to McDonald's was like a treat once a year. Now, for some people, it's a lunch every day, right? So we've got a terrific amount of overweight and obesity, and it's hard because we get so addicted to these foods that contain sugars. Sugar is an addiction that's harder to kick than cocaine. We need help, and that's where the Slenderies Day and Night Drops come in. These are tools to help you. You will lose twice the weight as diet alone, as proven in our studies, recommended or created by doctors, backed by science, clinically proven. There are no hormones in our products. They are natural, safe, and effective, stimulant, and hormone-free. So at this point, I want to mention to you, we have a formula in the United States called Slenderies and Accelerate. We have a formula in Canada called Day and Night Drops. And we have a formula in Mexico called Pre-Meal and Night. All of these formulas are dependent on government regulations and so on, but our scientists are so clever that they were able to formulate 3 different formulas and give you all the same results. So when I get to the next slide and explain the benefits of these drops, no matter which formula you're on, you're going to be able to enjoy those same benefits. I have been on the Mexican drops since I started last April, and I've lost all my weight. I have high energy. I sleep like a baby. I talked to my team in Canada. They've lost a whole bunch of weight. They have high energy. They sleep like baby. I talked to my team in the US, and the very same. So we've got some amazing science ahead that's going to help you get well. Balance your hormones. How about that, right? We didn't even know our hormones were out of balance, but now you know. Rapid weight loss, but healthy weight loss as well. Controls your appetite and stops those sugar cravings. I celebrate that since I got my drops April 22nd, I have not had sugar. I don't want it in my coffee. I don't want it for dessert. Get it out of my house. It helps with migraines, better sleep, improved libido, more energy, improves your digestion and elimination, controls those mood swings. And how about the brain fog, lifting that, clarity and memory, improve your immunity system, right? There's so many super bugs on there right now. Reduce inflammation, and there's so much more. We're going to get into some testimonials that you'll learn all about what these drops can do. Totally magic. Over the last 16 years, we've sold over 1 million bottles. A lot of happy customers. We're going to invite you to participate in our approved food list. There's everything that you can eat except for that little box in the bottom right. So you'll notice there's a whole lot more that you can have than the things that we recommend not to have. It's all about a low glycemic index in your blood sugar to regulate your blood sugar. All the proteins, animal proteins. And let me share with you, my beautiful team on Vancouver Island put together this buffet during a Super Saturday. All of these foods on this table were approved on our program. We are not hungry. We don't go hungry, guys. I mean, there's so many great, we have cookbooks and just really, really good foods. And you feel so much better when you eat clean. So I want to impress upon you, this is not a fad, it's not a diet, it is a lifestyle to incorporate clean eating, move you away from the processed foods, move you away from the sugars, and get you healthy again. Because we got into trouble in the first place by what we put in our mouth. Exercise 15 to 30 minutes, 5 days a week. We already know that. Drink your water and let's watch the magic. And the magic happens quickly. 30-day transition with Katie. Look at with James. Yes, guys, you do have hormones too. 47 pounds in 4 months. The kid on the right looks like a younger brother of the guy on the left. Dr. Crystal lost a whole person. And that was over 7 years ago that she lost all that weight. Staying with a clean eating program, she does not gain it back. Athletes have higher performance with our products. Julie Park was very sick. And then along came the drops. She's a sexy, sassy woman, a mother of 5. Josh Hubler is a physical therapist, very careful about the science that he talks to people about. They are also a family of 5 children, and you could see the difference in their faces. Sheila, it was not a dry eye in the house when she was on my call. She had just recovered from chemo as well as radiation. Her body was in a rough way until she found the drop. She got her joie de vivre back and said goodbye to 25 pounds. Chris Bailey, when he was on my call, he explained about Lyme disease, which I knew very little about. And the doctors in his town were recommending one antibiotic after the other. The drops helped him get well. Selena, her blood pressure got regulated as well as her A1C numbers came way down. She looks a lot younger. She's much healthier. Ashley and Reese have become very good friends of mine. He's the one that recommended I start with the Mo. I'm so grateful for that recommendation. Ashley wanted to get rid of what we call in Mexico bochornos, the night sweats, those anxiety attacks, the hot flashes. Do you know there's 1 billion women this year going into perimenopause and menopausal? We need to help them with this product. We need to save the men because we're going to hurt the men unless we get the woman onto something that they're back into regulation. Ashley lost a whole bunch of weight, and her husband he tested her and says, you know what, I'm going to try this thing and see what it is. And he lost 65 pounds along the way. Ann and Chad, he was using 14 medications. Now he's down to 2. Between the two of them, they lost 120 pounds. Jerry not only lost some weight, but more importantly, no more acid reflux, no more migraines, and he doesn't shake anymore because he had the shakes. Colleen Braden, my dear friend out of Omaha, this all happened for her in less than 8 months. James is on the line with us. He has lost over 65 pounds, 12 inches. He had early onset Parkinson's. James no longer shakes. He loves the Moa product because he no longer has to wear his knee brace of 17 years. He is now a happier guy, off the anxiety meds as well. We have so many testimonials. Kelly, Sherry, Sharon. Oh my God, even Tammy, she doesn't look like she needs to lose weight, but look at the difference between Tammy before the drops and after the drops, and Tammy's in her 50s. So we're talking about physiological transformations. I celebrate with Nancy, another person on my team. She looks amazing. Her husband, Wayne, has also celebrated weight loss. And along with the weight loss, it just seems that so many other things that are affecting your body don't bother you anymore. And well, here's an example with Gwen's feet. March 24, she suffered from toe fungus for 20 years of her life. In just 3 short months, she's on healthy toes again. Penny was very, very sick after 5 surgeries of colon cancer, laying in bed 16, 18 hours a day. And she had little joie de vivre. And after 2 months on my drops, there's Penny working in the garden. Barbara, my dear friend, oh my God, I love to see that chubby little belly of hers. Now she's celebrating her skinny jeans size 7. And Barbara is 68 years old. I mean, she looks amazing. All of us are aging backwards. These products work. Tiger was on COVID. He was oxygen dependent. He was very, very, very sick. He got on the drops and now he's bench pressing 400 pounds. He was recently on the call. Loved hearing that story. Charlene Kloster, 78 years old, had a bad fall. After 2 weeks, she's back to being that middle pitcher. And just recently, she sent me a picture when she was at Aquafit, 78 years old, and she danced across the stage in Calgary to be recognized as she advanced up the ranks. Gotta love it. Cheryl Cook, dear friend, she called me while she was wearing that black sweater on Christmas Eve and said, I need your drops. And Cheryl is also 78. Look at the picture of what happened. She started mid-January, and in 4 short months, look at the transition. And she's making money too that's helping her subsidize her pension income. Jane, my dear friend, said no to me about 8 times, and I thought she said on, so I kept calling her. And she couldn't even clasp her hands because of the inflammation. She was on the couch. She had to painfully get up to walk the dog. The girl on the right, after being on the drops, down 54 pounds, she said to me, Ricia, I got to leave your meeting for a little bit because a guy is selling a kayak and I got to hurry up and buy it before someone else gets it. So now Jane, look at the difference. She has her life and she's on Lake Cowichan in her kayak, enjoying life again. One story after another. It just gives me such a warm, warm heart to hear these stories. And coming up now is Cindy Thompson from Denver, Colorado. I'll give you a moment to have a look at her picture. Great transition with Cindy. Can hardly wait to hear her story. Cindy, thank you so much for joining our call. Unmute your mic, Cindy, and we're ready to go. There you are, girl. Are you unmuted? I just saw Cindy. What happened to our dear Cindy?
There we go. Sorry, I was struggling to find it. Here I am.
Thank you so much for joining us on the call. So I'm hearing that you have such a great story. How did you know about the drops? How did this all happen for you?
It all started when I saw a post from my friend Leah, and I knew Leah from another business that we were both part of. We were not on the same team, but we became friends, and we'd known each other for about 8 years on Facebook, had never met in real life. And she started posting about these drops, and I thought, oh, what is she getting herself into? But I watched her. And about week 5 after she posted her results, which included the phrase, and my hot flashes are gone, that really had my attention because I had a hysterectomy in 2014 after an ovarian cancer diagnosis. And within 2 weeks, I started having horrible, sweaty, nonstop, every 15 to 20 minutes, 24/7 a day, just terrible hot flashes. And so that was what got me to instantly message her, even though I never liked to post and never commented. And I started on the drops about a week and a half later. And within a few weeks, I could tell I was losing weight. My clothes were getting looser. If you look at that before picture of that I had, that picture of me, that girl, I want to just say, that was me walking 15,000 steps a day, doing yoga, doing HIIT exercises, eating organic, and doing everything that I could to try to lose the weight. And all that kept happening was that I was just increasing my inflammation, and the weight was just creeping on because all of those things that I was doing was not balancing my hormones. And when I went to my doctor after my surgery and said, you have to make this stop. I am hot and sweaty and gross all the time. I can't sleep because I'm having night sweats during the daytime. I am just sweaty and gross and I'm uncomfortable. And she said, I can't give you anything because everything that I could give you through the pharmaceutical route is going to increase your cancer risk. And you've already had cancer once. We're not doing that again. So she told me I needed to learn to live with it. If I was lucky, it would go away on its own. Fast forward 10 and a half years later, when I saw Leah's post, I was still having chronic nonstop hot flashes, and the weight was just getting out of control no matter what I did. So that after picture, you can see there that I actually lost more in inches than I lost in pounds. A lot of inflammation was taken away. I don't have a sugar tooth, I have a salt tooth. And so that really helped with my addiction to salt. And I decreased my alcohol consumption on my own. I was very cognizant of the fact that I didn't want it. I had gotten into a habit of coming home from work and treating myself with a glass of wine. And I suddenly found that if I poured a glass of noni juice in a wine glass, I was set. It tasted just as good, and I felt even better. So it really does help with the cravings. I lost so much inflammation. I was able to reclaim my shape, and I feel like myself again.
Wow, what an amazing story. Cindy, thank you so very, very much. Do you take Renew?
I do take Renew. I take pretty much everything that you just showed on your screen. I take.
All pretty amazing products, aren't they?
They are, but I will say the first 2.5 months, I did only the drops. And so that was my true after picture from only the drops. And that picture, my before picture, was taken at last year's PXP event in Orlando, Florida. And I had been on the drops for about 2 weeks at that point. I was a brand new brand partner. And so I just got back from Punta Cana myself for our team trip that we just went there, and
Congratulations.
I felt comfortable walking around in a swimsuit and all of that stuff. So
wow, that's so great. Cindy, thank you so much for being on our call tonight.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Wow, another great story. Tami, thank you so much for introducing me to Cindy. Wow, one great story after another. And now we're going to move on to Angie. Angie shares her time between Los Angeles and Las Vegas. 22 pounds down, 7 inches gone, no hot flashes. She loves her skinny drops. Angie, you look pretty amazing in those pictures. Let's talk to you.
Can you hear me?
There you go.
Okay.
How has your face ever been? Oh my God, you look so young too.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here. And I am 65 years young. I'll be 66 next month.
You look
And
fabulous.
thank you. Yeah.
And tell me, how do you know about the drops? How did they come across your lap?
Well, I started the company with Tami. I was in another company business with her prior to this, wanted nothing to do with multi-level marketing or anything else unless I tried the products first. So I got to we call them skinny drops in the US. Or happy drops, but I started them like most women because I wanted to lose the weight. We hadn't started the campaign yet on the benefits of hormone balancing, but I had a trip I won with Partner Co. At the time going to Puerto Vallarta, and then I was going to the Bahamas and coming to Vegas, and I was a bufferilla. I just was not feeling good, having the hot flashes, being told to come off, started them, and the rest is just history. It was a surprise the hot flashes went away.
Yeah. Nice, nice. What a bonus. And how else do you feel?
Oh my gosh, I feel I'm sleeping like a baby at night. I also, one of my other favorite products, I take them all, is the Renew. The Renew biohacks your body into thinking that it is younger, for sure. So I do my Renew, and the new formulation, the taste, oh my God. It's like a treat. It's like having dessert without it being dessert. But I sleep like a baby. My hot flashes are gone. I'm no longer on an antidepressant. And with the weight loss, I don't have to take Norvasc for high blood pressure any longer either. So, yeah. And the Vanilli is amazing too, by the way. Love.
I know, totally. So, Angie, you said something, and I'm curious. Why do you take all the products?
Because they work. They work, and I have to be a product of the product. If I don't like them and they're not working, I surely can't tell you, Ricia, you should try these products. They're amazing if I'm not taking them myself. And yeah, I take them because they work and I love them. And I get a benefit from shopping in my own store. Why would I go somewhere else? I know what's in these products is what we say it is what it is. It's not guaranteed anywhere else.
And you've
So,
got the best of the best. Absolutely. That's it. And it just makes sense to be a brand partner so that you can get it wholesale, doesn't it?
oh yeah, oh yeah. Amazing products we have. Bar none, nothing better.
I have
Nothing.
never encountered a company that every single product is so good. And if you said to me, okay, you have to give up three, I couldn't. I'd
I know.
probably throw myself on the floor, covering and protecting your products. No, you can't take them from me. I know I've never felt this good in my life. I'm 67 and I feel
Oh,
like,
well, you look amazing. You
well,
look amazing.
thank you. It's the
Yeah,
products, right?
it's funny because your body actually, my body, yours too, probably craves. I crave my moa in the morning and my
Oh,
noni.
you. Yes,
Yeah, your
yes,
body
yes.
knows what it needs. When you give it what you get a cold, you want orange juice or your mom's chicken noodle soup. Why? The benefits. Your body knows what it needs. You just have to help it along to help it get better.
Exactly. That's it. Thank you so much, Angie, for being on our
Thank
call tonight.
you.
I really appreciate getting to know you, and I hope to see you soon in Dallas.
Yes, you will. I'm going to get my boots ready. Thank you for
Awesome.
having me.
I got to go boot shopping too. Thank you, Angie.
Thank you.
Wow, yet another great, great story. They just always happen. I'm so pleased. Okay, so you're probably wondering, okay, I'm convinced. I've seen all the testimonies. I've heard yours, Risha. I've seen Angie's and also Cindy's. I want to know, how do I get the drops? Well, you can certainly become a retail customer. We do love our customers and purchase retail. But I'm a girl from Winnipeg, and Wendy on this call, Winnipeggers don't pay retail. So why not position yourself so you can get it wholesale? $29.95 in the US, $37.95 in Canada. And what's going to happen in 3, 5 to 7 days? Someone's going to say, oh my gosh, you look so good. What are you doing? We are human beings. We love to share. We love to help others. We wear our hearts on our sleeves, most of us. And why not be able to share with them about these products, invite them into a call similar to this, and Partner Co is going to give you your replicated back office, or rather a website, your back office. You can track all your commissions. And by the way, they're going to send you checks every Friday, right? We do the work and we get paid every Friday. We have great training, the whole bit. So the income disclaimer is this: you have passion, you have desire to learn, you have desire to apply, you're going to do well. If you don't have any of the above, then you're not going to do well. It's what you put into it. Let's talk about putting your drops into profits. First of all, as a brand partner or wholesale customer, you're automatically going to enjoy 30% discount on any of our products. For example, this is a case we already talked about in US. The product is something like $176 retail. So why not get a 4-pack at $371, use one for yourself and sell the other 3. You're looking at profits of $222, plus your product is free. How cool is that? Canada, our 4-pack is $500 because we like to pay more for things in Canada. Our profits are roughly about the same, and $1 free as well. And it's amazing when you follow our system of growth, people reach out to you because we do have a product that everybody is in need for. Let's talk about reaching out to that international market and bringing that audience in close to home. And it does happen. Social media has made our world very small. We have a program called Boards. You apply it on your phone. It's an app, and everything inside this app is everything you need. All the testimony pictures, the instructions on how to post them. And when people have questions, you just click on that little button that's called Text Strip for Drops. All the answers are there. You copy and paste, send it in Messenger, and voila, you have yourself a customer. You can also employ any one of us to put on a 3-way call with you to be able to answer questions. It's a very, very easy system. Again, I've got many seniors in their 70s that are making money with our program because they know how to copy and paste. Here's an example of Rick and Crystal's post: 210 pounds lost between the two of them. I got so many comments from that. People saying, what is this product? I need to know more. So your ideal goal is to promote 30 boxes over 30 days. That's going to put you to a position called ultimate. And when you follow our system, it's amazing how many people do respond and ask you more questions and want to buy your product. So you're looking at significant profits anywhere from $2,100 to $2,700. And that could be some, in the beginning, I asked who would like an extra 500. Now we're talking some bigger money here. First thing, what you want to do is activate your position with 200 points so you can be eligible to receive commissions. Again, a 4-pack is 208 points in Canada, 200 points in the United States. Throw in a box of Renew into your shopping cart. I highly recommend it because the two products go so well hand in hand. Canada, we have some member packs. There's a 200 point pack. The person who invited you can go over the ingredients with you. There's a business pack. We also have an elite pack. And all of these packs are positioned to pay you higher commissions when you refer others. And the best pack of all is the ultimate pack. 3 10-packs is $35.70, and you're looking at profits of over and above $21.43. So you can actually, right out of the gate, make profits on your new business. And in the United States, you have 10 packs, 20 packs, and 30 packs. And again, I'm going to highly recommend, if it works in your budget, the 30 pack, because it significantly reduces down your unit cost to $77 per unit. When you sell it around $167 to $176, you're making a substantial profit. So again, on your 30 pack, you're looking at profits of about $2,700, and you are automatically ultimate. We are voted the best compensation plan in the industry by Business for Home, and I know it because I see my people get paid every Friday. We are paid in 9 different ways. First, what you want to do is position yourself to make sure that you are going to stay qualified for commissions. So you're going to want to sell or purchase 100 points of product every month. And that's easy enough because, like Angie said, you'll love our products. You'll just love them. You'll notice the difference. So you're going to start noticing also 30 points in retail profits as you share these products with your friends and family. But Mary's going to come along and say, thanks very much. I don't want to be your retail customer. I want to be a brand partner and purchase wholesale myself. Mary purchases 1,000 points. She's your neighbor. If you bought a 4-pack, you'd be what we call activated for 200 points. So you would receive 15%, $150 on Mary's purchase. And you would receive that 15% for Mary's first 4 weeks, or if she turns to ultimate, whichever comes first. And that applies to anybody that you personally introduce to the company. If you bought the business pack or worked your way up in your first 4 weeks, that would be 20%. And the lead is 1,000 points at 25. But look at the ultimate. It's twice the amount as the activated. It's $300. And one of my sponsors once said, Ricia, if the company wants to pay you extra money, never ever leave money on the table. Once you achieve ultimate, it's yours for life. You never have to requalify. Ultimate is also going to kick out the gold, and I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Again, here's your best options for your ultimate packs for the Canada 10 packs or 3 10-packs and the US 30 pack as well. Now let's talk about base commissions. Mary lives in Illinois and she's all excited about this, and she belongs to a volunteer committee, and she's just going to share this with all the ladies there. So for everyone that Mary talks to is going to generate some commissions for you. At the same time, you also talk to your cousin Henry, and Henry is doing the same thing in Toronto, Canada. So depending on which line is more active with more volume is going to say whether it's your stronger leg, we call the power leg, or your weaker leg, we call the pay leg. So let's imagine it's Mary who's your strong leg for this week. And so on Henry's activity, you're going to get paid of all his friends below him, 15% on all the volume that happens every week. Now, just imagine the person who sponsored Angie, she uses all these products. That person gets 15% on Angie's consumption every single month after month after month. And I don't think Angie's letting go of any of these products anytime soon. So this is how magic it can happen. As you achieve $250 US in base commissions in any given week, again, we get paid every Friday, they put an extra 15% aside into a savings bonus for you. And as that adds up to $10,000, you're going to get that celebration call from the owners of the company, and ching, you get paid $10,000, and for our Canadians, US dollars. So that's, hey, what would you do with that? Jerry and Allison, they just triggered theirs recently. Reese and Ashley, Kim and Eric. My God, she was a very sick woman before the drops. Now she's one of the world's top money earners. And come over to the Canada side, Chris and Joni from Costa Rica. The products aren't even available in Costa Rica. They're #1 in Canada. They unlocked their bonus in 8 months. Chris's dad, Bob and Lynn, unlocked theirs in 10 months. And Christy Walsh and myself, we unlocked ours the same day, just recently, a couple of weeks ago. And when I started, remember my story, I had $60, $60 in my jeans when I started this company. Never in my wildest years did I imagine that I would be getting a $10,000 savings bonus and be treated to a diamond vacation in the Caribbean. So I'm going to Africa. I'm going on an African safari, thanks to PartnerCo. There's still room on the bus if anybody wants to join me. Let's talk about the gold status. That happens when you achieve ultimate. We already talked about how to get to ultimate. And basically, everyone is working to achieve the same thing, to share these products with others, to have team commissions, base commissions. And when Mary, for instance, has a base commission check that Friday of $1,000, aside from what she earns, you will earn 15% on Mary. So that would $150 or so. And as Mary talked to Helen, you'll earn 10% on Helen's base commissions. As Helen talked to John, you'll earn 5% on John's activity. And that goes down to 7 generations of family. And the same thing with your cousin Henry in Toronto, the same activity goes. So the more you personally share, the bigger the matching bonus becomes. And I'm pretty amazed. My matching bonus in just a little over a year is already equivalent to like a mortgage payment. So it's amazing on how quickly it can add up. The other thing, we have lifestyle credits for just doing the business as we do, referring customers, referring brand partners, having our monthly subscription, having growth in our business. We get lifestyle credits. Last April 2024, a whole bunch of happy customers were paid and wined and dined for a gorgeous all expenses paid vacation to Tahiti. Another group where some of the same went to Bahamas as well. A lot of us just came back from Punta Cana, and that's where I met our guest speaker, Tami. She's coming up very soon. And many went to Bali just right after Punta Cana. So we have some pretty amazing vacations. Now it gives me great pleasure to bring up our guest speaker. I want you to have a look in the 30-day transition that happened in her body. Tami has been with PartnerCo for 4.5 years. She's an officer with our company, and she always thought herself as not a salesperson, but this business is her beacon of hope, motivation, drive, and personal growth and expansion. She was in the corporate world for 25 years as a chief operating officer of a medical equipment company. And 2 years into her journey with PartnerCo, she was inspired to expand her passion for health and wellness by getting certified as a holistic reflexologist. Tomorrow, we all need to wish her good luck in the chat. She takes her certification to the next level as she takes on her national board exam for national board certification. She now gets to merge this health and wellness business with PartnerCo, with her reflexology practice, and living the dream. So excited. Tami, thank you so much for joining us on the call. Please join us. I'm excited to hear your story.
Hi, thank you so much. You have shared so much information. Thank you for the introduction and for having us on this call. I live in California, and I'm an officer with the company. And what part of the story would you like me to share?
Well, let's start in the beginning. So you were with one of these companies before we merged 2 years ago.
I was, yes. And I actually,
and how did you feel
was
about the merger?
What's that about the merger?
Which company were you in, and how did you feel about the merger?
You know, I don't have strong feelings about the merger. I just knew that I liked the products. I knew that I was following amazing leadership. That's really what mattered the most to me. The products, I don't have it in front of me. It's downstairs, but two of the products that we had was the drops, and I was introduced to the drops. I really gravitated to them because they supported my thyroid. So you mentioned all the other things that they do. Weight loss was a great benefit, but I was looking for something more holistic to support my thyroid. I have been on a thyroid journey for more than 10, 12 years. So with that being said, the other thing that allured me was, you didn't show it, but we have a water bottle that you can take anywhere, and it filters out your water, so you can literally drink any water from anywhere. which I used while we were in Punta Cana.
Yes, I love my purity water bottle. You can go
Because I
to the
was,
lake and the river and take the water out of there, or in
yes.
Mexico, I can use tap water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
it's
so
scary.
that's how I got introduced. And when they said we were, going through some mergers and stuff, it was, unsettling. But the second Darren and John swooped in, it was like, let's go. We're ready to do what we need to do here with the top leaders that we know are going to take us places. So.
Exactly. Yeah. And let's talk about the culture. Okay, you're an officer now, so I feel, because I've been in the industry for 25 years, I feel that we have something very unique here. We have a community that it's a hug fest when we get together, whether we're in different lines or on the same line. Let's talk about the culture and the community that you've experienced.
Well, first of all, I got to meet you, and we were complete strangers.
That's right.
And
Yeah. My
yes,
brothers.
yes. I love the culture here. It fosters, it almost makes you want to be a better friend, a better human. It just the nature of this
Yeah,
business.
check.
You want to be good to yourself so you can show up better, and you also want to help other people. So naturally, that part of the culture is wonderful. But our partners here. I was with another company, and it was not like this. It was very compartmentalized. You kind of looked after your own team. You stayed within, the borders of your own team and who brought you into the business. But in this company, it's everybody is one family, and especially I'm super excited to know you're in Mexico. You know about Canada. When we are expanding, we need support. People are looking for other support. So I think it's super amazing that I can call on people like you and say, hey, tell me about, what the products are different in Mexico or how something works. And I've never been met with resistance by any other partner, whether they're tied to me financially, older, younger, newer, it doesn't matter. It's a very powerful, connective community.
Absolutely. And what impressed me was our morning call, Monday to Friday, the income producing activity, the IPA calls. Can you talk about that a little bit?
That call is, I watched it grow. I watched it grow. I wasn't on at the very beginning, which I heard started at like a couple dozen people. I got on when it was maybe around 100 people, and I watched it grow to literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people as new partners got on. And people are given an opportunity, from my perspective. One of the things that I liked about this business was it gave me a platform to grow myself. It gave me like this. I get to speak. I get to practice speaking. And that call, people get on whether they have speaking abilities, if they have credentials, whether they have titles or not. They are just doing their business and sharing what's working for them so that we can all benefit. They're not hiding like, oh, I made a flyer and I'm not going to share it with anybody. No, they come onto the call and they say, this is the flyer I made. This is how it worked for me. And then we all get the liberty of sharing in their win and using it if we feel like it can serve us as well. So it helps everybody grow at the same time, which what do they call, a rising tide lifts all boats? I feel like everybody is so inspired to constantly do more for themselves. So if you're in a lull, you just show up to one of those calls and you'll be inspired.
Exactly. I've got a book just called the IPA training book, so I'm taking notes all the time. Yeah, absolutely. So just to wrap up Punta Cana, let's talk about that trip, how you enjoyed Punta Cana and what impressed you in that whole experience.
Oh my gosh. It was amazing that I got to bring my husband along. I've been doing this business for 4 years. He's very supportive. But to have him be at an event like that, one of the pictures that you showed, I specifically sent that one when you asked because it's me, my husband, and Darren. And we were in, it was the first night of our event. I think it was like after, like we had like a main meeting just to introduce everybody and get everybody excited. And we were just walking around and everybody was kind of dispersing. And Darren, the owner, just walks up to my husband and says, "Hey, how are you?" And just starts talking to him, asking, just like, it was just so not pretentious. It was so comfortable, and I think that was very special, not for me only to see my husband and him like having a connection, but it was special for my husband to see, okay, this is everything that you said it was. And so that was very special. We got to have dinner with the executives and hear behind the scenes strategy and secrets. I got to meet people like you. Now, I've been here for 4 years. Everybody moves at their own speed. And to come into this business, and you said it, you said half the people there had probably only been in business for about a year or less.
Yeah.
I was the most impressed with all of those people because they are making it happen. The company is making it happen, right? They're giving this opportunity, and that was the thing I was most impressed with.
Wow. Tami, thank you so much for being on our call. We're going to wrap it up here. I so enjoyed spending a little bit of time with you and for you to share your story to all the people out in our gallery there. Again, thank you so much. And I look forward to having a hug at PXP in Dallas coming up real soon, right?
You're an inspiration, Ricia. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tami. Another amazing story. And we never know where our lives are going to take us with this company, but I'll tell you, one miracle after another. So we've heard from Cindy, we've heard from Angie, you've heard from me, you've heard from Tami. How will you know if the products are working for you? It's obvious. You'll feel better. You'll have more energy, better sleep, improved mood, increase in libido, reduction in inflammation. Your clothes will feel better, better elimination. It's all those things. No more brain fog. You feel these products. So when you go to work tomorrow, when you go to that family reunion next Sunday, that sister's birthday party, barbecue, look around you. Everybody there has 1 to 3 to 5 to 7 to 10 of these same symptoms. All of us are living in a circus, and we all need this product to help us get back into balance. You're teaming up with Partner Co. By the numbers, we have sold over 1 million bottles of drops, 172 plus million bottles of Noni. We have the world's #1 compensation plan. We're available in 50 markets, and we have won award after award in our short 2 years. So, in summary, let us ask you, are you a 1? Somebody that would like to pay retail and buy the drops? That's okay. If you want to do that, let's see the 1s in the chat. But I'll tell you, there's a better deal. The 2s get a better deal than the 1s. I want the drops and would love to become a brand partner wholesale customer so I can save money. So if you're a 2, we love our wholesale customers. Please put a 2 in the chat. The 3 is the person that says, you know what, I want to learn. Listening to Tami, I'm inspired. I want to get on this health and wealth training ride. So if you're a 3, please put 3 in the chat. And I think the rest of you know what's coming, right? It's the number 4 to get on this health and wealth train and ride it big. I had no idea in 1 month, or rather in 1 year, I'd be triggering a $10,000 check. I had no idea I'd be winning a trip to Punta Cana, and I still have enough lifestyle credits for 5 more trips from this company. So as we go forward, you've heard the stories, right? You heard my story, you heard Tami's story. What will your story be when I interview you 1 year from now? I just came from Guadalajara. There was a whole section of highway that had frontage service roads. All the businesses were shut down because they were digging up the street to put in a tram. What if that was your business? What if you worked for that company? You'd be out of a job. You'd be closing your doors. What if you're a carpenter that your hand got broken? Or what if your child was sick or your mom and dad needed you? Wouldn't it be nice to have that plan B that you can say, I'm going to go look after mom and be with her? That's what could happen. And that's real stories that come with these products in this company. Enjoy the dream, live the dream, be with us. Enrolling is easy. Your person that invited you can help you answer some questions about the products and also choose the kit that would best suit you. And just going forward about some announcements here, we're coming into a long weekend across Canada, so we will not have a call on August 4th. But I do want to bring your attention to a great call. It's always the same link. So if you got in this link tonight, it's the same link for Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, how to successfully sell the drops in a brick and mortar retail outlet. That will be happening August 5th. Everyone is welcome. I am hosting the call along with several co-hosts. It's going to be a lot of tips and tricks. And then we are starting our first product opportunity call for the Mexico market in Espanol on Wednesday, August 6th at 7 p.m. And then we'll be back here next Thursday, August 7th at 5 p.m. Pacific for a similar call as you saw tonight with 3 brand new partners. So I want to say thank you to Tami so very much for being our special guest. I love you to bits. Thank you so very much. Cindy Thompson, thank you so very much for being with us. And Angie Bloom-Hewett, thank you again for taking time, ladies. I really appreciate you sharing your stories. This is recorded. It'll be uploaded to our YouTube channel, youtube.com @Ricia Adair. I want to thank our guests for being on the call with us tonight, because this call is for you. The brand partners who regularly support our call, I'm so grateful to you as well. And to my beautiful co-host, Paula Snow, thank you so very much for being on this call tonight. And we're going to shut down the recording.